race relations. But what are you doing about the race relations? Are you doing anything to come about and try to make change? You're not making change. Now everybody's doing all this sitting down everywhere. But you're not making change. Do something with what has been given to you. But the only bad thing I got to say about it is on all of the solemn of days that September 11th is, I didn't think it was right for everybody to do the kind of stuff they did on September 11th. A perfect picture was a Marine holding the American flag with 4 guys sitting behind him. Sitting from the Miami Dolphins. There's a picture of 4 guys kneeling behind this guy who's dressed out in his Marine outfit holding the American flag. On all days, to have reverence and to have respect, not only for the people that serve, but for the people who died in September 11th, and for everybody that's come forth since, that has went out of their way, for God, for sake, for one of your own, that I know it was argued that he died by friendly fire and everything, but Pat Tillman gave up his football career to go and serve this country. He's one of your own. He did that because he loves this country. But on all of solemn days, I just wish it wouldn't have been done on that day. Because that day is different than any other football Sunday you're going to be playing on. That's a day that we should have in reverence of what went on that day. That's the only big thing I got about it. But if you want to kneel, sit, stand, salute, do whatever you want to, that's on you. Do I agree with it? No, because that's not what I would do personally. Do I understand why you're doing it, and do you have the right to? Yes, by all means, go and do about it. But you know what I want you to do? Do something with your platform that you've been given. When you show me that you're going to do something with this platform, that's when I have no single solitary problem with anything that you have ever done.
Yeah, and that's the thing with that is, I don't know, like with Carmelo, he did the whole town hall thing in California. When they talk about the issue like that, this is something, and maybe he'll do this prior to the season when he have time.
And they're using their platform. He can do it any Tuesday he wanted to.
Yeah,
he's in California,
so maybe that's something
there's plenty of places for Colin Kaepernick to be able to go and do anything. Mm-hmm. You're off every Tuesday if you're an NFL player. There's plenty of places in California that'll be like, hey, why don't you come on our show and we can talk about it. I know there's plenty of things in California because you're in the capital.
Maybe it's that, you can go talk to the police station and just talk this, just have these on a conversation.
Go into a community.
But
go into one of these communities.
But I have liked that, it made me aware of like, okay, well, let me look this up here about, they talk about the national anthem, the third verse being wrote because the guy was a slave owner.
But you have to go back. And this is what gets me about the slave owners and everything. That was the period of time that it was in. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just. This was 1700s. This is what was going on at this time. The third verse, yes, it was. But you never hear the third verse. But I understand what people are saying. But you have to look at the time that was. That's what was going on at that time. Bad thing. But guess what? Blacks were selling blacks to everybody. It was a thing to where no one was not at fault during this time with slavery and everything. Everyone was at fault. Everyone had some fault and had some way of doing it. You know what? Slavery, worst thing that ever happened to anywhere. Terrible. It still goes on. It still goes on. Women are sold every day into sex slavery and everything. It's a terrible, terrible thing, but it still goes on to this day.
It does.
That people sell about. But it's just...
But this is...
When people bring it up, though, for the national anthem, I'm like, how many people have actually ever heard the third verse of the national anthem?
Yeah, no one.
I have never heard the third verse of the national anthem.
That's what I'm saying. It got brought to the attention like that, and it gets people talking about stuff like this because people didn't even know there was a third verse. I didn't even know there was a third verse.
Because you never hear it.
Exactly.
We never
hear it. So
you never heard it.
And that's why I say you learn new information like this. You figure stuff out more about the history and everything like that. And And it is this. We know American history, and then foreign history is always it's not pretty. So even
American history is one of, when you go back, it is one of the most terrible histories when it comes to anything race relation wise. The history of America is horrible when it comes to race relation. But we finally hit one point in time where it was settled, but then it comes and blows itself up again. Yeah.
And the thing that drives me crazy is that Colin Kaepernick, he's not being derogatory to anybody else there, but for him taking a knee, I saw slang and words and things that I'm not going to say. Which is terrible. It is unbelievable that the backlash that this guy's getting just for taking a knee when it's his right. It really is his right, man. And it's listen. I know me. I don't mind him doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because they get people talking about. I'm talking more. I'm talking more about this at work with like different types of people that I never thought about talking about this and everything like that. So this is crazy. There's a 55-year-old guy that I actually had a conversation about, and you know it was crazy, man. We had different opinions, and I didn't. We had different viewpoints, but it's being discussed. So. But this is what you, like Kevin said, it's a platform that, you know what, it's kind of like that when you have like a theatrical act that you got right now, and you waiting for the main guy to come on, the cast come on, they waiting for Kaepernick to do something else because you got our attention.
I'm waiting for him to use his platform for the greater good.
Yeah, you got our attention.
I'm waiting for him to use the platform that he handed himself. Mm-hmm. He got this handed to him. Yeah. For something that he does. Now you take it and you go with it and you make it the way you wanted it to make. Yeah. You've made this. Now it's your turn to carry it. Mm-hmm. But now you've spread it amongst other people. So just make good. Make good for the thing that you have been given. Yeah. You have been blessed. You have been blessed to take part in a game. You have been blessed and are being paid to take part in a game. It is a game. It is a game that people will sit around and we wanted to do all of our lives. But you have been blessed with this opportunity to be able to play this game, this great game that we all love. And now you have done something to put the attention on you yourself. Now take it, that attention that has been put on you, and put it on what you want it to be put on. Mm-hmm. And now it's your turn. The ball is in your court to take this and to put it onto the thing that you are so gung-ho about and the reason that you did it. Now it's your turn to show up, show out, and do what was good for the cause of what you've done. Like I said, the action that you take after your action is what everybody will remember. You do something good, and no one will remember that action to start off with. They'll remember what came from that action. So now it's your turn to be able to do something for it.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to what the next steps are and everything like that.
But I in no way, shape, or form am mad at him for doing what he does. Do I agree with it? That's not personally how I would go about it, but I can't be mad at somebody for using their freedom. No. Sorry. And stop putting our names on everything. Stop saying veterans. Veterans are mad. Veterans are not mad. A lot of, maybe some of the old timers are. But me, myself, I'm not mad. Yeah. I'm not mad. I think it was handled, I think it was done poorly. I think it was done kind of ass backwards. But I understand why he did it, and I understand the cause of why he did it, and I think it's a good cause of why he did it. Yeah. You don't, I'm white, if y'all ain't recognized. I'm country, white. I'm all the stereotypes you would think of a guy who would be, well, what's a good word?
It's a country brother.
Exactly.
Man. You're a country dude, man.
I'm the terms of everybody. Everybody would assume, hearing me talk, seeing me, everybody would assume that I don't like. I'm racist. I would be the type of dude that would be racist because of the way I sound, but you never met me before.
He's
If
far
you
from
met
that.
me, God knows I wouldn't be
He's far
sitting
from it.
here with this gentleman if I was.
He's far from it, man.
But
He's very opinionated, but he's definitely not racist.
yeah, but I just want to see it. I just want to see it taken.
Yeah.
I just want to see him use his platform for good.
I'm intrigued in that stuff.
I want to see what the next step. If he doesn't take a next step, then this is all for naught.
Yeah.
Then if he doesn't take a next step, then all them people that said he's just using it to get attention to himself and everything, they were right.
Yeah.
They were right. If you don't go no farther with it, then they're right. And you let them people right. Prove them wrong.
Yeah.
That's what you need to go do. You need to go and prove them wrong.
Yeah. And that's why I said I know the Warren stuff he did. He donated his jersey sales to foundations like that. But now you need to take the next step. And I try to follow a little bit of this story every day and see what new developments are having like that. So, like I said, that's a subject that me and Kevin kind of talked about, but we really want to talk about because football is here, man. It just started back up, man, and we want to enjoy football.
But we got this out of the way.
But you know what, man? It's stuff that has to be talked about. It's not pretty. It's not fun. It's not exciting, and but it's stuff that we need to talk about, especially that you have a black and a white guy working together, and we have differences on a couple of things, but me and Kevin can go ahead and talk respectfully out of this. So I respect his views, and he respect mine. So
we don't disagree on many of them.
Yeah, we don't disagree on many things like that,
And this, I don't say we really disagree upon.
No.
We have kind of the same
mindset,
same take on it, just different ways of going about it.
Exactly. So, all right, well, let's close this bad boy. Enough of Colin Kaepernick. I'm intrigued to see what he does next steps, but football's on tomorrow. It's on this weekend. We got a game to catch. So I'm excited for football this weekend, man. So,
I do want to say though, I'm proud of seeing teams and stuff with the big gigantic American flag. A lot of players and stuff went out there and grabbed the flag.
That was very nice.
And because I watch my own team, and I know 50% of the team went out there and grabbed a flag where they could fit. So it was cool to see that you still had guys like that were going out there and being like, hey, this is a day of reverence.
Yeah. This
is a day that we need to remember. It was a huge day that we needed to remember.
Hey man, it's coming together, America.
And that was good. And that's another, and that's a big, huge thing. We are so split on everything it is. And the one thing that always brought us together was sports.
Yeah.
That was the one big thing that always brought people together was sports.
It's a buffer,
But now the sports are a thing that's kind of dragging us and pulling us apart. And I sports to me is my go-to getaway. It's my thing to where, look, all the rest of the shit that went on during the week I could give a crap about, sports is on. But now you've got all this stuff going on in it, and it's tearing the fabric of what sports is really at. And I want us to be able to get back to that part to where sports is the joining force instead of the conjoining.
Yeah, exactly. This escape from the outside world. So, nonetheless, man, it's all good, man. We'll see what the next steps are. All right, 1 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes. Let's close this bad boy.
USA!
Oh. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you stay tuned for me and Kevin. We actually have a podcast tomorrow.
We may be doing one tomorrow, too.
Possibly, man. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. We have
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, we have a special guest, so just stay tuned for that. So, you can follow the podcast on Twitter. You can go to @BallsNotCourt. You can find me at @InTheMindCP.
At Kevin C 2415.
Yeah.
See, I even said 24. Foe.
You can also look us up on Facebook. Go type in Balls Not Court Podcast. Give us a like, shout, anything. I've been seeing recently we've been having
a lot of freaking views.
A lot of views. So, I mean,
a lot of views.
I'm okay with that. So, I'm glad that y'all viewing the page. But give us a like, give us a shout, man. But, hey, there's traffic, so I'm not complaining. Also, you want to get the podcast content, go to InTheMindCP.podomatic.com. We're also on iTunes, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Windows, and Google Play.
Or whatever you've listened to us on before.
As Kevin, go ahead and say that every episode as of lately. So.
Exactly.
So, Hey, but we're like I said,